office of the Always Believe House. Today we're going to continue systems of equations. Some of you are going to have a job utilizing this. You may not be doing the math, but the computer you are operating will be. And we're going to continue substitution, and we are going to have FUN, 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 fun. So a magical whiteboard appears, and let's start rocking and rolling on the system of equations notes. And we're going to do number one. Notice on number one, the first one solved for y, the second one for x. We're going to use the one that solved for y. So underline what y is equal to. Y is equal to negative 3x plus 6 in it. I'm going to take the negative 3x plus 6 and replace that y with negative 3x plus 6. So I'm going to start a parentheses, and then in place of that y, I'm going to put negative 3x plus 6, if I could write good. Okay, now then I'm going to keep writing down the problem. Plus 2 equals x. Notice there's nothing in front of the parentheses, so I really don't need it, do I? Okay, because I'm not multiplying that y by anything. So notice I'm going to combine the 6 and 2 next. So I'm going to have negative 3x plus 8 equals x. Now then the 8 is on the left, so I need to move my x's to the right. So I'm going to take this 3x and move it to the right. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. And then I'm going to get 8 equals 4x, aren't I? Then I'm going to divide by 4. And I'll have 2 equals x, and I'm going to underline this. Remember, the answer we're going to get is the ordered pair where the two lines cross. Now then, let's write down the first equation over here. Y equals negative 3x plus 6. I know what x is. I need to know what y is. This is going to give me my y. Notice there's two columns. In the left column, you're getting one answer, and in the next column, you're going to get the next answer. So I'm going to substitute the x with 2. And remember, use the parentheses when you replace that letter. So replace the variable with parentheses and plug what you're going to plug in there. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And negative 6 plus 6 is 0. That's okay. So my ordered pair would be 2, 0, which would be on the x-axis, wouldn't it? So these two lines would cross at 2, 0. If you put 2, 0 into these equations, both equations would be true. So 2, 0 is your x and y that makes those equations work. Both of them. That's the only ordered pair that works. Continuing on. I'm not going to do all these for you. This is the only one I'm going to do. I'm going to set some of them up. So on number 2, underline what y is. I'm going to take that y and plug it into that y right here. So I'm going to write down 6x minus 5. I'm going to put a parentheses equals 12. And for that y, I'm going to put the negative 2x plus 20. Now then, the only variable in here is x. I have 2 of them, but I can solve it for x. That's why you are substituting. Before you substituted, the equation had x and y. You can't solve for it, but now, since you replace the y with an x, you can solve for x. I'm going to do the first step and let you solve it. So we're going to take that negative 5 and bluebell truck it. We're going to distribute the negative 5 to these two, aren't we? So we'll have 6x. Negative 5 times negative 2 is a plus 10x. Negative 5 times 20 is a negative 100 equals 12. Now then you would solve that for x, okay? I'm not going to help you do that. Rewrite this equation over here. And then you're going to replace your x with whatever your x is and get your y, okay? Remember, your answer is going to be an ordered pair. Let's go to number 3. Underline what y is. Y is this, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it right into there to that y, aren't I? So I'm going to have 3 parentheses, minus 10x equals 31, and I'm going to put negative 6x plus 1 in the parentheses. And I'm going to let you solve that. You're going to write this equation over here and plug in your x and find out what your y is, okay? Lots of steps. Every single sign, number, letter has to be right. You got to get all your integer problems right. Going on to number 4, we know the y is equal to this. So I'm going to take my 5x minus 3 and plug it right in here. So I'm going to have 3x minus 8 parentheses equals 24. And then in that parentheses, you're going to put 5x minus 3, and you're going to bluebell truck that negative 8. Make sure you can do that correctly. Number 5. Notice the bottom one is solve for y. So I'm going to take this y and I'm going to replace that y with it. So I'm going to take this equation and write it down. 3x plus 3 parentheses equals 4. And I'm putting that x plus 3 in that parentheses, aren't I? Then you're going to take this equation and write it over here, and you'll get your y equal, okay? Fun, fun, fun. Number 6. On number 6, you want to see if there's true or false here. So basically what you're doing, take this equation and write it over here, and replace the letters with parentheses. And do the same thing for this one. Now then, in the parentheses, you're going to put your x and your y. So this is my x, this is my y, this is my x, and this is my y. Type this in and see if this equals 6 or if this equals 9. If it does, you put true. If it's not equal, you put false. Piece of cake. That ordered pair has got to work in both of them. If it doesn't work in both of them, it's false, okay? Same thing on this one. Take this equation and replace the letters with parentheses and just write down the problem. Write this equation, negative parentheses plus 4. And then you're going to take your x and your y and you're going to put it into the x and the y. So this is my x, this is my y, right? Now then, type this into the calculator. If it's equal to 3, it's true. Type this into the calculator. If it's equal to 1, it's true. If both of them are true, then the point is the solution to the system. I hope you've had a blast today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Continue to do this. It's tedious. It's going to get easier. If you have trouble with the integers, use a calculator. Remember, you are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things. And you are awesome.